Okay, jumping into Alliance War number 10, knocking these out one at a time. I'm actually bringing in Blade and Mephisto. I've got a bunch of Mystics on my path, and let me pull up this path so I know where I'm going. And then I'm actually taking path 8. I think my officers felt a little sad for me after last war with versus Apoco. That's where I got absolutely steamrolled by a Domino and a Dormammu. So they said, "Hey, can you do path 8?" And I said, "Oh, I can do path 8. I can definitely do path 8. Let's do path 8." So I start off taking path 7, of course. Here's some of these fights. This is an Agent Venom. So I take Envision. I don't have. Last time I took this node with Iceman versus a skill. I keep forgetting about the Limber and also the Tenacity. So now I'm just like, oh great. Now I'm just gonna have to, eat some block damage. But hey, whatever the deal is. That's the thing about a champion like Vision. He might not get you out of the fight in 15 seconds, but it is quite tough to die with him. He's got so much going on for him as far as the power control. What it means is that champions can't throw their specials. So what can Agent Venom really do unless I let him do it to me like that? Unless I decide to try and do like a risky intercept, he can't really kill me. So I gotta just play a little bit smarter. I don't play smarter. I keep going for those intercepts, and yeah, we do get him eventually though. So. Moving on to node number 7, it's the first Mystic Champ on this path, and I gotta say, none of the matchups that I saw today or during this war were what I would have expected. Oh, I brought in, I got the intro wrong. I thought it was Mephisto, but I brought in Dormammu. It doesn't matter. It's just for the synergy. So anyway, it turns out to be Dr. Voodoo. I was like, okay, this is the first strange placement, but yep, we'll take it. I got Danger Sense because I brought in Dormammu, and this is going to be kind of fun to dust off Blade for a minute. I love the fact that I'm able to go war to war and just completely change my team out. It's so fun to do team building, and not use like Sparky every war like I used to. I used to always use Sparky, and then I got kind of in a mode where I was using Sentry for pretty much every war, and I don't get bored of Sentry like I got bored of Sparky, but I do think it's there's a lot of merits to me switching it up and doing some different stuff, right? So we're gonna have to stick to no more overlays because Path 8 is something I haven't done in a while. So moving on to node number 32. This is, I believe, Rolling Thunder and potentially a Bleed Immunity and Limber, I think. I think that's it. So can't spell good. Is definitely living up to his name. Can't really spell that good. Can't even spell his own name right. So we're gonna heal up Vision because that's for the powershield. I was gonna do that before I boosted. That was the idea. So we're going to go in here with Blade because we got Danger Sense. Going to throw the boosts on, do what I got to do. I'm going to use a skill boost because why not? I barely ever get to use Blade. And I'm also going to use I think it's like a champion boost maybe. You put on the enhanced special damage. Yeah, a champion boost. And I did trade some boosts for the gifting event, so we'll throw some of those on as well. And hopefully lock this path down. I think the reason I'm boosting so heavily is just because I did so poorly last war, and Mystics are kind of notorious for catching people off guard. So I didn't know who this was going to be, but it turns out to be a Dormammu, last champion I would have expected here. So I'm like just off of getting steamrolled by a Dormammu, and I'm thinking, oh, thank God I won't have to face a Dormammu on my path. And of course, here he is. So I'm just like, okay, here's my chance for some revenge. So I'm looking for revenge. I'm getting my revenge. Look at this. I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. He seems to be cooperating. I think this is a 455, so we don't have to deal with the 565. I'm trying to bait the special 1. I don't want to bait a special 2. Luckily, this guy doesn't have power gain. I do get hit by the heavy, of course. That's great. I throw my own special 2, and look at that. Got some of that power back. That was really nice. I am loaded up. I'm trying to heal up some of this. I'm taking some block damage, though. That's never fun. But it's Blade, you know, I'll be able to heal this guy up, and we can move on to the next fight. Because look at this, the degen procs, but he's basically down, and it's time for the biohazard. For the biohazard, my plan was, of course, vision. Double immunity, not a mystic. Even if it was a mystic, I'd probably still take vision. The only way, excuse me, sorry. The only reason I would take in Blade if it was like a magic or something. But there's a magic mini boss that we're planning on taking with Blade. So it's a skill champion, and I'm like, well, maybe it's a Korg. But then it turned out that Korg was on 24, so I thought, you know, they might dupe a Korg, but it was actually the same guy, Crotch Rocket. His Korg was somewhere else. And so I was like, oh, it's just Gwenpool. Okay, well, I'm not worried about this. This is literally, I mean, she can't do anything to me this fight. So I'm mostly worried about trying to get out of here fast enough to keep my boost available for the flare node. So we're just getting some intercepts in. I'm getting some stand-up intercepts where possible. Use that special one. I go in, but she doesn't fall for it, so I go back in again. Another special one. We're going to hopefully she falls for the intercept. She doesn't again, but a backdraft one does get it done, and this time she does go in, so I'm able to punish her. We get another intercept, and this is why I love vision. I love fighting with vision. It's so much fun. Those intercepts and stuff, they're a lot of fun. They're risky, but they're fun. Magic's really fun to do this with as well. So the Mystic Champion's here. I have to go quick, make sure my boost is still up. I said, wow, I got out of that fight pretty quickly. It was only 1 minute long. I'm just going to top off Blade because I was like, I hadn't seen Magic yet. Who knows about Limbo? And it turns out this one's a Mordo. I was like, okay, well, should be okay. I was like, is there anything crazy about this that I should be worried about? And as soon as I saw his health going, I said, oh man, no, there's nothing to worry about here. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. So we get Mordo down in like 15 seconds, and I said, look, you know what? Maybe I can use that power start 1 boost on the Magic here. Let's just go right for it. I have the best champion for the Magic. I think QC Lego over there has, I think he's got like Void and some other champions that maybe aren't quite perfect for Magic, whereas Blade is essentially designed to counter Magic more than any other champion, even maybe more than Gladiator Hulk. So this guy gets the job done. So I go in there, I throw the potion in, and of course I start with Power Start 1. So that was cool. 3 fights with the Power Start 1 boost, and no Corvus or Ghost. That's still pretty impressive. So she does proc Limbo, but then she doesn't proc it the second time. I eat a blocked special 2, which does kind of take a lot. I go up to 3 bars of power on purpose. My plan here is actually not to throw specials. I didn't know how effective Danger Sense would be versus the Limbo, and my plan was I'll just heal up. If Limbo's becoming an issue, I'll just sit back. I have 3 bars of power, which is basically half of my hit points. So I can just sit back here, heal up the Limbo damage, heal up the block chip damage, and bait special 2s, and I won't have to worry about the strike back node. So yeah, pretty satisfied with my strategy here. Look at that, I'm already back up to 68%. She's at about 58% with 2 minutes to go. It looks like this is going to pay off. I'm a little bit worried about strike back, and who knows about Mystic Dispersion, so I don't want to throw any special whatsoever until I know it's going to kill her. And I do take that a little too literally with this fight. I get to the end without throwing a special, basically. I need to bait this special 2 right now. Just taking the time to heal up. But now it's kind of time to get this out of Magic here. Throw a medium, see if she'll fall for it. She doesn't. There she goes, finally. Such a satisfying special 2 to watch. Even to just watch. I love Magic special 2. It might be my favorite in the game. Corvus is pretty cool too, though. So I'm at 71%, which is max for healing. So everything's looking good. Magic's starting to cooperate again. She's throwing those special ones like crazy. Here we go, just try and get another one out of her. There she goes, and we're getting her almost to Assassin's range. And you might think even in Assassin, right now I could probably throw my special and kill her, right? I heal up a little bit to get below 2 bars of power, but then I go back in again. I decide to take a blocked hit to heal, and then I finally throw the special, which is obviously going to kill her. And that was it for me. Pretty good war for me. I went 6-0, no deaths, 1 mini boss kill, but we lost to Noon. Good war to you guys in Noon. It happened a little while ago, I know. Yeah, we got moved down to Plat 1 after our recent losses with Paco and Noon. So we had a brief stint in Masters, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be. But the bright side of going up against these champions, like we had a Paco, then we had Noon, and you'll see the next one's not easy either, is that our war rating was not going down at all. We made it into tier 1, and then we got a win, which was the 1 versus D69, and that bumped our war rating up quite a bit because they were a little bit heavier than us. And so after that, we started matching with alliances that were stronger than us, and our war rating kept not dipping. Like it just stayed in tier. We stayed in tier 1 till the very end of the season. So get to see some pretty crazy wars coming up. But that's it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And oh yeah, I just wanted to say, look at the glory spending this season. That's like 3 weeks of glory. It's not really affecting my rank ups, fortunately, because I had so many basics and alphas from the deals, so I'm still like high in basics and alphas. I still have plenty of those, but it is a lot of glory I'm missing out on. I could be taking a lot of champions to rank 3 that I'm probably waiting on. So anyway, oh, that should say 6 and 4. I'll get that fixed for the next one. Take care, guys.